G'day folks, it's Rob here and welcome to this week's Backyard Farm and Aquaponics vlog. This week we're actually starting off last year. I think it was the day before New Year's when I cleaned out some brahmi from the ginger bed behind the camera there. From there, I've brought you along and shown you a bit of an impromptu harvest from the Vegepod, having a few pest issues in there at the moment. I didn't dwell on that in this clip. That'll actually be covered in an upcoming clip that should be posted in the next 48 hours or so. And then from there we moved to the leaning tower of Papaya near the back stairs. The poor old deer's got a bit of a lean on her, and it looks like she might have fallen out of the wicking barrel if I didn't fix her up. So I've done a little bit of a quick fix on her there, and I've started another project down there, just trying to pretty the place up a bit and look after some pouches I've neglected. So we'll hook into the clip and I'll catch up with you at the end. How's it going, folks? I've just been taking off a whole heap of the magpie caterpillars from the Okinawan spinach in the aquaponics. Just cleaning up the system a bit. Had a few days off with the family and doing bits and pieces. So today though I need to just make sure this is all topped up. As you can see, doesn't look like I need to add a lot of water to the system. So all that rain we had over the weekend pretty much will kept it topped up. Haven't had a lot through the week though. Anyway, I've got to do a few other things like pull out these volunteer tomatoes I don't want growing in the system. So they've got to come out. And I'm also going to pull out all the excess brahmi from here and take it right back. So I suppose I better get stuck into this brahmi. So for now, all I'm going to do is just pull it out and break it off. And I'll pop it in the blue barrel down beside here. This stuff sets roots really easily too, by the way. So try and shake out all the media. Not a lot's coming with it, luckily. So if you're in Ipswich and you want some brahmi, let me know and I'll keep some aside for you. Well, I've actually dislodged some little lettuce down in here too. I'll give you a look at them when I'm done. Wow, this stuff is quite a mat. I don't want it to pull my gingers out. So there we go. I think I'll take it back to there. I might just pull it back first and then I'll get some scissors and cut it all off. Oh, you poor ginger plants. Try and take it up over the top of them. Might even take it back a little bit further, I think, seeing as it grows so well. I'm just going to get some scissors. I think I'm just going to cut along here, see what comes off. And all down this side here as well, I think. Now I'm sure there's going to be someone on YouTube tell me that I'm throwing away lucrative income here, but I'm not ready to start selling herbal supplements, I don't think. The other thing as well is if it's growing onto the ground, there is a chance that it may be encouraging slugs and other ground dwelling insects up onto the beds, I suppose. I definitely don't need any more slugs in here. Actually, I haven't found a lot in this bed here. So there we go. Now all I've got to do is just pull out all these little scraps, I think. That stuff there, yeah. If anything looks dead during the week, I'll just pull it off. I think that's pretty much all it. It's definitely freed up a little bit of area for these gingers though. So they've got to be happy about that. Just down in here, amongst all these bits that I've left behind, there's a couple of self-sown lettuce. There's one there, and there's another one there with a little caterpillar on it, which I'll just pull off now and squish. And now we've opened up the canopy a bit, a few more might decide to appear from the coral lettuce we had in there. I don't know how well these guys are going to survive. I'll just leave them be and see what happens. So there we go, cleaning out some brahmi. Oh, there's a couple more little lettuce down in here, so maybe we might end up with one or two. And over here it looks like we have either a carrot or a parsley, so I don't know where that one's come from. Have carrots pop up in very weird positions around the place here. And just a bit of an update on the lavender and the time. I definitely have killed them. So leaving a standpipe out for over 24 hours isn't a very good idea. So I suppose I should pop these guys back in. I'll fill up the system and that'll be the end of it for today. G'day folks, thought I'd give you a quick look at a bit of a harvest. I was going to actually do a clip on treating mites for you folks on Patreon over in the Vegepod, but I don't know if you can hear it in the background. We have a little bit of a thunderstorm rolling in, so there's no point me treating it tonight if the oil's going to be washed off. But I have harvested a load of the small little sweet peppers or capsicum. So these guys here, some of them will be turned into the red ones at least, will be turned into a capsicum or sweet pepper sauce that Bee's been making up. I think it comes from Croatia. I forget the name off the top of my head. And these green ones, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with them. Some of those will go in tonight's chicken and veggie wraps. We've got a couple of bits of salads from out the back here. Just some Egyptian spinach, the mushroom plant or herb, some hoe and knock, and some of the Chinese red amaranth. And I'm going to grab a couple of leaves of the lettuce as well. It's just starting to rain, so I should probably wrap this up, but I thought I'd just give you a quick little look at what we're taking off. I'm really miffed that we're getting the mites back. This one here doesn't look too damaged. I'm not going to touch it because I've probably got mites all over my hands, and I think I showed you this one the other day. It doesn't look too bad either. So these will both be getting a blast with the horticultural oil to try and smother the mites. Also too, the basil's been harvested. I don't know if I cut it off a little bit too hard. I'm not too sure if it's going to come back. And the lettuce that popped up the other week, most of it died back, but I have got my fingers crossed that we might have some second round seeds popping. How's it going, folks? Thought I'd give you a bit of a look at the pawpaw or papaya near the back stairs here. She's on a little bit of a lean. The recent storms and the rain has basically made the soil in here a little bit soft, so she's getting quite a bit of a lean to her. How's it going, patrons? Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on the papaya or pawpaw. We've got it strung up now using a root pouch, just because it's nice and soft, and I've just tied some baling twine onto the handle there, and it's back against the post, and hopefully that will keep it nice and steady until we're ready to chop her off. And yeah, so what I'm planning on doing is doing it as soon as those fruit, or the majority of those fruit, are ripe. We'll chop the top off and see how we go. I could probably do it now because we've also got that red papaya down the back, the volunteer one, so I might look into doing that. Just out here this afternoon doing a little bit of work, and Kira's shooting the target. Just trying to tidy up this area down here. This is the mess of weeds and warrigal greens, just celtus and bits and pieces we've pulled out of here. And just down here you'll be able to make out hundreds of warrigal green seeds that have just fallen off the plant. There's some down here as well, and also in the pouch up here, so we'll probably get another generation come through. I have left the plants, the two mother plants, go in there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. There's a couple of celtus in there, and some of Jeff Herriot's Chinese red shallots. I thought I'd actually killed them, but yeah, they've come back. Basically forgot to water this tray a few times through November, so I figured I'd lost a lot of the plants. Down here I found the strawberry and the finger root or Chinese keys ginger. This was actually growing out of the side of this piece here, but when I ripped out the warrigal greens, I snapped it off, but it had a little bit of root on it, so I figured, you know, I'll let it go and see if it would bounce back. And just down here we have the aloe vera. That's the reason I decided to clean up this mess, isn't it, Kira? Yep. She burnt her hand last night doing some cooking, and she couldn't find it down here, so she went and grabbed some from near the Aquaponics. So I decided it was about time I pull my finger out and do a little bit of tidying up. Over the back there, we've also got some sweet potatoes that are just growing through the pavers, and there's a couple of small celtus there too. And this fig is bouncing back after being stripped bare by the grasshoppers, which is good to see. So, not too sure what I'm going to do down here yet with these guys, mainly because of the renovations. I mean, we can try and pull the tray out. It should slide all right on the grass once the building starts, but yeah, I might do that, and I might actually pop in some more Kajari melons in there, or maybe some cucumbers, I'm not too sure. But I do want to pop the blueberry from over there. It needs a good feed, as you can see by the yellow leaves. I want to pop it over in that back corner there behind the aloe vera pot. So yeah, just a bit of a look at what I've almost finished doing today. Oh, and also I want to pop in the curry plant that Ben gave me. It needs to go in there as well. There you go, just a little bit of a gander. I'm going to, I'm not going to move that blueberry today, but I'm going to shoot a few arrows myself. So there you go, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed that little bit of a catch up of what's gone on here over the last week or so. Just a bit of a reminder that these are short sections of clips that I've posted for folks over on Patreon. So they get to see the full little versions of these update clips during the week. It's just a bit of a perk that they get for helping support my channel. I feel that, you know, if they're going to give me a couple of dollars every month, I might as well give them something back in return. So that way, yeah, there's a bit of value for everyone in it. I also need to do a bit of a quick shout out to our super patrons from over there. Their links, as always, are listed in the description down below. So check them out if you're interested in guitar making. If you need some IT supplies up in Toowoomba, there's an Aquaponic suppliers to Services Australia. So there's also links down there to our own Aquaponics page, where we offer some affiliate links to places like Amazon Influencer and also to Aqua Gardening as well, just to help us out a little bit, help us pay the bills here. So I will pretty much leave it there. I do hope everyone is well and happy and your own gardens and aquaponic systems are booming, and I'll catch you next clip. Cheers all, have a top one.